Good day, my friends. Shinobi here, and today I'm going to be packing a video full of tips, tricks, and strategies for you. This is going to be an inside my mind, zero build, ranked game. I think around the diamond or plat level, I'm not sure, but I'm going to be W keying the entire lobby, pushing as many fights as possible, taking as many fights as possible to try to give you as many tips as I can pack into one video. Let's get right into it. Now, a lot of people liked my last inside the mind ranked game because I just provide so many tips. A lot of people gave me really good feedback on the last inside my mind. They said that it's the most valuable video that I produce. They're stoked on it. I understand a lot of people don't want to watch a 40+ minute video, but trust me, there is definitely a lot of tips and tricks in here for you. It's kind of like all my videos combined just in one. I break everything down for you really well, so just check it out. Okay, we got 5 or 6 people dropping in here at Mass Meadows, and I'm dropping onto the roof of this. I see shockwaves here, so mobility, guaranteed mobility is super nice. I'm gonna come in, grab that, and grab this, and I'm gonna get to moving, try to find me a gun, manage my inventory while I'm running. That's a super important thing to learn at the higher skills, is getting used to moving and managing your inventory. Don't be standing still, especially on a hot drop like this. You need to be pretty much moving around the whole time, trying to get as much loot as quick as possible, and also prioritizing what you're carrying. Don't ever drop, like, you know, your mobility items when you're looting. Keep those mobility items on you because you might get jumped and you might need to go. And here we are, we're just grabbing what we need. Having a hard time getting through this window. You basically have to stand through these small little windows here. Stand still and just take a second and go through them. We're getting up to 100 shield, which is absolutely necessary. Now, as far as drops go, there's a checklist, right? You gotta have an AR, you gotta have a shotgun, and you gotta have heals. After that, you can start pushing people. You are pretty much green lighted. But until then, you really shouldn't be pushing many people. You should be focusing on just getting those 3 things: shotgun, heals, and an AR, because you're gonna need that in your kit to fight at different ranges and to survive. So we got all that stuff, and now we're fighting a fight right here. We're gonna keep range on this guy, crack his overshield, and then push him like this. An important note in this fight is, 1, I kept range. I didn't just jump into a straight shotgun fight. I'm gonna break this bush, see if I can deal as much damage as I can with a single magazine. And then we're gonna push up right here. And this is something that a lot of people need to learn. I never knew about it for a long time until I made my Shinobi Zero Build Mastery course. Map code above. In the movement section of this course, you're gonna learn this skill because you have to be able to clamber up onto walls, single walls, nothing around them, and get yourself on top of them and run in a straight line. So I'm very good at this now, and I can't tell you the amount of times that this is like a game changer in fights, because people get in these fights, right, and they do like this thing where they jump over the wall. Now, there's normally not a fence, it's usually a solid wall, and they jump over the wall back and forth. Well, if you get up on top of the wall and you just stand there, you can look at both sides. Easy wins. And you have height, like on stuff like this, right? This guy's like, oh wait, he can still hit me. I have full vision on him. So learn that. The way to do it is to basically look straight down or align your reticle with the wall. So a little bit to the right. Your crosshair is always to the right of your body. Your body's actually to the left. It's off center of your screen. So you need to align your crosshair a little bit to the right of the object you're trying to climb on, and you'll climb right onto it. And then you can just kind of walk. And yeah, so that's a really good thing to learn, especially for those higher, more advanced players. When you get in those awkward wall fights, super valuable. I love to push people on walls like that. They, like, you know, they're clambering over and over again, and you're just doing damage the whole time. So we got somebody pulling in here, and notice that I'm looking around. So I loot this guy, I'm in cover. Now, this is really important. I know there's 5 people at least in this POI. This is the first fight. This is the first fight I've heard. This is the only gunshots going on, so I know I'm probably gonna get pushed here. Notice that the first thing I do is I get really tight to this cover, and I put everybody in front of me. I put my back to this big mountain, and I'm hoping there's nobody on top of that mountain, making an assumption that nobody's there, and we're looking out. We're reloading our weapons, and we're looking, and as we reload, I'm starting to look at this loot. Is there anything we want? Yes, I see a green pump, but I'm not going to take the time to get it because there's a car coming in. And I'd rather just fight this guy. But notice how I don't go straight into the fight and start shooting. I look at my back one more time. I know how many people are in this POI right now. I don't want to take any chances of being the guy standing on top of a roof out in the open and get shot in the back. So more importantly than shooting this guy right now, I need to look around before I do it. This guy is going to stick his head out of a window and be completely static, and I sell the game right here and I don't kill him. Crazy that I couldn't kill this guy, and now I'm like really bloodthirsty. I saw another car coming in as well, so we got to be careful with this fight. And I'm just trying to get one tag through the window because I hit him for like 215, I think. All I need is like a couple good shots or one good shot. We're gonna go for the pickaxe right here. If you don't know about the pickaxe trick by now, you gotta learn it. Absolutely essential at the higher levels of Zero Build. Anytime that you have a car coming at you, the only way that you can kill people in cars is, 1, by shooting them through the windshields or hitting them with explosives. Some explosives will go through cars, such as the grenade launcher, explosive repeater, rifle, all that stuff. But the only other way is to either A, blow up their car AR, which takes an entire magazine. Usually they're going to get away by the time you reload, and the best way to do it is to pickaxe glitch. So you get your pickaxe out, you hold down the swing button, and then you just hit enter, and you keep holding down the swing button and looking at the driver. I've said it a million times, I'll just keep telling you how to do it in case there's a new person watching this video. But yeah, hold out your pickaxe, swing, and look at the driver. Don't stop letting go of swing. As you enter the car, keep holding it down, and easy peasy. Now notice how I took this fight, I finish up really quick, I look for what I need, and I got 31 bullets in my AR. I got a white AR with 31 bullets. That is not enough really for another fight. I just picked up 30 more bullets, but I really like this purple plasma burst in lieu of a low tier AR. So I'm going to pick this up. It's actually really good for pushing people, especially if you have mobility like shockwaves or a rocket drill. Really, really good for pushing people, which I'll probably show you soon. I see this car coming up, and I'm going to take high ground. Gonna start spamming him. I see him, I'm trying to cut him off here, but then I see him get out of the car, and I go for a quick little camera break right here, where I jump over this, hit a headshot, and then come down the hill. And now I'm trying to keep my distance because I've landed a nice clean 100 damage on him, and I just want to keep this as a ranged fight where he's not going to pump me for some massive amount of damage and be able to turn this thing around. He exits with a shockwave. We spray him a little bit, and this is why I love this laser, is because you can just keep chasing people. It auto reloads, and you don't have to reload, which is amazing for shutting down cars, amazing for finishing players that are running away. It's just a really, really good item, and honestly, it's super underrated. If you carry 2 of these things, it's amazing. The problem is it only hits within 80 meters, so that's where you run into problems. But otherwise, this thing melts, dude, and it's really good. It can definitely be used as like an SMG or a non-scoped AR. So as you can see right here, look at the amount of pressure I'm putting on this guy, and he's just like, he can't do anything. I'm flying at him. It really works well against cars. You can see the amount of damage, 100 damage on this guy, and then we're blowing up his car, and he's just really stressed out because it's constant pressure. I'm already reloaded. I don't have to touch anything. You know, normally we have an AR, you gotta land, reload, they're gonna get away. We're blowing up this car, man, or we're taking his life, you know, it's one or the other. So I really like it. I probably should be carrying it more often. It is one of those guns that's just like super underrated. It does really good damage and really good for playing an aggressive playstyle. So we're just coming in here, we're trying to finish this guy, having a very hard time doing it, and this is where we run into that trouble. 80 meters doesn't do any damage, so we got to push up, and that's why we have the drill. Drill and shockwaves, in my opinion, these 2 items right here are the best mobility combo for Fortnite Zero Build solos. You can do so many things with this drill and shockwaves. The drill is basically like a shockwave, like a nerfed version of the shockwaves that you have infinite amounts. You can't land out of the air and shoot as you're falling down. You have to touch ground, but it's really good for rotating, like getting around the map, moving throughout the map. You can kind of do this thing where like I combine shockwave with the drill, shockwave, all that stuff. You know, we drill right here just to see if we can drop on him. We see him going out, and we're gonna shockwave. So these 2 items just work really well in sync. We're gonna pull out this SMG pump and dump combo, try to finish him with a spray, but he hits himself with some splashes. So he's gonna just be able to get away, miss a couple shots here, and then he's out of that 80 meters. So this, once again, is the downfall of this laser. That's okay, because we have a rocket drill. We just keep using that. We land right here to cut him off. We know that he's either gonna go up the hill, he's gonna go this way, or he's gonna go down this. So where I'm aiming is exactly for that little tunnel. I know that it exists, and I know that that's probably gonna be his exit. So if I can get right here, then that's gonna be game over for him. We even take a second to reload, and then boom. Nice new fresh rocket drill. Rocket drills are interesting. They don't always refresh to full like other mobility items we've had in the past. Still worth checking to see if they have more usage than you. And if you play aggressive, usually they do have more usage than you, because I'm using this thing all the time. I got it. All right, so we have 4 kills. We're at Mass Meadows, and now we're thinking that's probably about all the players. 4 people have eliminated. There could be 1 more player here, so I'm gonna be a little careful with my push here as we open up this vault. I'm just gonna keep looting as we go, just looking for like shockwaves or that AR. The only thing I like better than this laser, I mean, I think the laser, honestly, I'll take over a hollow twister if I have like a sniper or a mammoth pistol in my first slot. I just like the laser a lot for like these aggressive pushes. It's really, really fun, really good against cars. But yeah, I'm looking for like shockwaves. We're gonna carry heals though, because I feel like there's a rat, and by rat I mean somebody hiding here. I'm gonna take the burst AR as well, because that's my favorite AR. It does so much damage per shot. If you land both bullets, and if they're both hit head, it's gonna do like 100 damage. I still kind of prefer the sentinel pump over the pump and dump. I think it's just slightly better in terms of damage and consistency in fights. Pump and dump is just a little weird with the damage consistency, and the mechanic of it is a little odd for me still. But I still pick it up. I like it. I enjoy it. But I do really like just the standard Sentinel pump. It's just very consistent and clean within that for that 10-meter range. So we're going through here, and I'm looking for rats because I'm thinking there might be somebody lurking, because I saw 5 people come in here. I've killed 4. I don't think anyone else eliminated each other. So what I'm going to do is open up this wall right here as an exit, and that is really important. Anytime you get in a building and you feel like you're gonna get pushed, if you're like doing a vault or anything like this, open up a wall or find an exit. Make sure that before you start the fight you have an exit, because it is so likely, especially in higher ranked games, for players to be just camping, just waiting in the vault, just hiding, waiting for you to basically do all their work for you. So I open up this little section right here just in case. And now this is the trick. You can throw a thermite on top of the thermite, and it actually breaks this, and then you don't have to shoot it, and you don't have to change, you don't have to be looking at the vault with your back to your enemy. You can just sit here and look for people pushing you, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep throwing thermite on this. Each time it hits the new check mark, you just throw a new thermite on it, and it's going to break that bar that needs to be damaged in order to move to the next section, the new phase. As you can see, it explodes, and then you throw a new one. And this way I can keep my eyes out and make sure no one's gonna push me. I've got a very good spot right here because I've got, I can see the vault to my left. I can see this doorway if anyone's up here. I can also see this upper balcony, and I have an exit right behind me. So this is pretty much a great position. And now all I need to do is just kind of make sure no one sneak up on me. Watching that side. Okay, vault is about to open. I think just a little bit more damage and it would have opened, but that's all right. We eliminate the boss, take the bits, and we're trying to move as quick as we can right here. I think I just saw a glider come in, but did I? Sometimes watching replays, you'll realize it, and I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe if you saw a glider, leave it below in the comments, because I thought I just saw one. All right, so we're trying to move as quick as possible, and that's super important in ranked as well. Move as quick as possible in zero build ranked, because people love to push these. I really should be getting this gold, but I just don't feel comfortable doing it. I kind of need the gold right now, and I probably could hang out here a little bit longer. I just feel like there's still one more person. Because I saw those 5 people drop in, I thought it was 5. I'm not feeling good about hanging out here much longer, and I'm staying moving the whole time. You're seeing me like kind of stressed out here. So I'm not gonna get the gold. I probably should have, but I'm like fairly convinced that there's still somebody here and that they're just trying to rat me. So I'd rather survive than die with some gold in my inventory. Gold's very easy to find anyways. Never really have a problem with like running out of gold this season, which is awesome. I love the game right now. So good that you can just buy loadouts. All right, so we have one player right here. This may have been the player that was waiting for me. They may have just given it up. So we're gonna combine Shockwave with the Rocket Drill. Again, this is an amazing combo. You can see why, how much range I'm getting in momentum. We're gonna come in here, hit her with a pump and dump. And if you guys didn't know, I mentioned this in my last video, but you can swap the fire on the pump and dump. Go into the 4th tab over in your settings. There's an option like halfway down the combat settings, I believe, and it is like swap fire between shotgun and SMG. So I like to put my pump and dump, my shotgun on my left click, which is my primary fire, and I recommend doing the same. That way, when you aim down sights, it just starts shooting the SMG, and then you just press your normal shotgun button to shotgun. And you can see how good the damage is on that thing. The pump and dump does insane damage at close range. If you can line up those shots on people's heads especially, it'll just drop people so quick. It is a really nice weapon. It just takes some getting used to. But I will take like a gold or mythic pump, sentinel pump over it in most cases, just for the consistency. All right, so we come through this. Now, if you guys didn't know, these gold porta potties here are Baron porta potties. I don't know. They cost 150 gold to go through, but they're really good because they shoot you really far and they take you to like different POIs usually. It's not just like a random porta potty. It usually takes you somewhere. And I know this one's going to take me over to the black market, which is great. And I'm prepared already to fight this. Like, I'm getting out of here, and I think that there's going to be players here because it's the black market, and the black markets are super hot right now because of the exotics. The exotics are amazing. If you haven't played with them, they're incredible. I'll show you some exotic gameplay here soon. But here we go. We got 2 guys on this roof, and once again, we're starting with the drill. Now, this is the trick with the drill. You, in close range combat like this, you can break people's cameras by going straight up in the air and then dropping straight down on their head. And then you have eyes on them. You can see them the entire time. I'm lining up these shots. Okay, this guy's the guy I want to go for. And he has to find me, right? And by then, it's too late. And I'm getting into a third party. These guys are probably hurt. I'm just going to go ahead and aggressively push this guy. And notice I'm moving the entire time. And that's a good player. You can tell because he's crouching up and down. Looks like a creative warrior right there. So we kill this guy, and we think sometimes after you eliminate somebody, the best thing to do is just get really aggressive on the player that they're fighting, because they were most likely hurt. That fight, I think, went on for a while. You can see me pop out of here. You can hear gunshots being traded. And so I'm just going to go ahead and push this guy. I mean, I have his head. I could stay on roof right here. Like, it may have been a better option, but this guy might get around the corner and they might get an angle. I don't want to give him any time to think. And that is like a pro tip for Zero Build. Do not give your enemy any time to think if you have the option to just jump on their head and land good damage before they can react. Do that, because look at this. I get a easy, what is this? 130 damage, easy, before this guy even knows where I am, what's going on. And now he hits me with some good shots, but it's already over because we got that 130 damage. Turns out he wasn't that hurt, but we pushed him really aggressively and just got a bunch of free damage right here. Now notice how I'm sliding. I'm landing into a slide. This is also advanced movement right here, advanced movement 101. Advanced movement is not about jumping around with your shotgun and, like, you know, sprint jump shot, sprint jump shot. Advanced movement is about keeping your damage uptime going. So keeping your weapons out, firing as much as possible while still moving fast. And the best way to do that is with jump slides and momentum. So you land into a slide with some momentum, and then you come out of that slide jumping, and then you land back into a slide, and the entire time you're firing. That is so much different than if you land, sprint, jump, shoot, sprint, jump, shoot. That would allow this guy to maybe win this fight if I did that, because you're also a very easy trajectory to read when you're sprint jumping. So just try to do as much damage as possible. You can see that guy was a good player, but because I was able to keep the pressure on, make myself hard to hit, it just became an easy fight. Immediately we're going to grab the chug jug, go inside and start healing. Do not heal out in the open ever, period, if you have the option to heal in cover. If cover is within like 10 meters from you, just get in the cover and heal. Put the, like, even if it's a tree, get against the tree so that you can rotate around it if somebody starts shooting you in the back. So as soon as I get the elimination, I'm going to grab the gold burst. I already have chug jug in my inventory. We're going to go straight inside and start healing. And notice we put ourselves right here. We just expect third parties. And you should always expect third parties in Fortnite Zero Build, period. And especially Fortnite Zero Build ranked, especially at higher level lobbies. Now, this isn't quite a higher level lobby. This is like, I think, diamond or plat. But still, there's some decent players in here. They're not, you know, they're not novices. We are keying everything. It's not like Unreal players. So we're going down here, and I'm expecting a rat. Fortnite Zero Build rank, just expect rats. People play for placement. They play cheesy. They want to eliminate you and take your free items. So I'm just scanning every corner, checking everything, making sure I'm not going to get ratted. I'm not just going to look at the items. I'm not going to look at the loot. I'm checking corners before I start getting too complacent here. Okay, we're going to pick up the exotic sniper, and this is actually the first time I've ever used it. I've seen it used a little bit. And immediately we're going to fire a shot to look for rats. Nothing. Cool. Now we're going to grab the Midas Gilded Eyed drum gun, and this thing is probably the best assault rifle in the game that we've ever had. Possibly. This gun is insane. It is super good. It has crazy range, crazy damage, huge magazine, a thermal scope, has really great range, and I mean, I can't believe it exists, to be honest. It's really, really good. So now we have pretty much the best loadout ever. All we have to do is survive. We just have to get out of this building and avoid getting ratted. So you can see I'm shooting some more, checking every corner. I'm just not convinced that there's nobody here, but turns out they aren't. And then we decide that we're gonna go back inside, I think, and grab shockwaves. And there you go. Here's some footsteps. Here's a car showing up. Doesn't take long, right? It's better in most cases to get out of this building, look around, and then go back in for stuff, because I like the amount of rats at black markets, the amount of like activity at black markets is really, really sketchy. Okay, we're gonna get hyper aggressive on this guy. Sometimes, again, the best move is just don't give him any time to think. We start pickaxe, tricking him, And if you're wondering, I see footsteps here. I have 5 shockwaves. This is one of the reasons shockwaves are so good. You just go ahead and line yourself up with those footsteps. Okay, we know he's out here. We turn around. We throw a shockwave at low altitude. We do not jump. We sprint to stay low altitude and just like slingshot ourselves just like 15 meters, 20 meters. And now we're right at this guy's car. He doesn't know what's going on. We missed the first pickaxe trick, but anytime that somebody stops the car or slows down, you can quickly exit it and then get right back in, start swinging that pickaxe, and then enter again. Gives you another chance to do it. So sometimes you'll end up in someone's car, you won't be pickaxing. If they slow down a little bit or if they stop, you can jump out really quick, pickaxe them again, and then it'll start working. We go ahead and chase this guy through this. It's pretty sketchy because we only landed, I don't even know, 60, okay, we got 80 damage. So if he lands a really good pump right here, he has a shot. But I'm just gonna roll the dice. I'm just gonna roll the dice and come through this. I don't know if I'd really recommend doing this in high ranks because somebody could just line this up. Fortunately for me, he doesn't. Even with a kneecapper, this guy could be sitting outside of the porta potty with a kneecapper and just swap me into the air for a free 90 damage and make this fight pretty easy for him. Take back all the damage he just took. So I don't know. This move was a little sketch, but we did it. He didn't strike me as like a super sweaty player, because the sweaty players will usually take the car fights. They love them because cars are a huge advantage. If you know how to play them well, you can win games. So here we go. We see him come out this way. We're looking under the bunker. I always check bunkers first. We see the footsteps this way. That's why I thought he was there. Turns out he's further out. And this is, look how crazy the damage is on this. 140 damage, and we just tickled him. And the recoil is so manageable. Like the drum gun I used to never pick up, but this is not even a drum gun. This is a full-on assault rifle, an Armalite rifle right here. Okay, Armalite? Is that a thing? I think people always get mad when I call it an assault rifle. AR stands for something. Right? I think it's Armalite rifle. I've had people in my comments be like, it's not an assault rifle, bro. It's an Armalite rifle. Like, well, the game calls it an assault rifle. Okay, so deal with it. Okay, we're gonna line up this shot right here, and so that's our first view. That's our first little taste of the sniper. The amazing ability that it has to mark things. It has this big old, look how big this radius is. It's like 30 meters radius of marking potential, vertically and horizontally. Amazing. We mark this guy, and now we're lining up the shot. We're like, okay, it's gonna get in right here. And the one thing about this sniper that's weird is it has a delayed bullet. You can see, I shoot, and the bullet doesn't start coming out a little bit later. I'm already unscoped by the time I shoot this. So you can see the scope bounce, and then the bullet comes out after I'm already like unscoping. So that is a weird thing about the sniper. I think it might be a bug, it might be intentional, but the bullet is really delayed. It doesn't have bad, the bullet drop on this sniper is like the Reaper sniper from Chapter 5, so it does not fall very much. You can pretty much aim at people's heads and it's going to hit them in the head, but the bullet travel time is really severe because of that little duration right there after the shot, which was always been throwing me off. And then I went and looked at it right after I finished the stream, and I realized that my bullets are actually delayed. I had some really nice lined up shots and I wasn't hitting them, and I was kind of confused, and I realized that the bullet actually comes out late. It's probably intentional because this gun is so good that there really is no drawbacks. But this AR is so good, it has no drawbacks either. Let's be honest, this SMG is insane, this drum gun. We see him get in this car. Both wheels are missing on this car, which means it's damaged, which means we should be putting damage out on this car, make it blow up. We hit this car for 355. So the exotic sniper is an anti-car weapon as well, which is amazing because the old sniper, or the current sniper, only hits for 90, but because this is a one-shot heavy impact, this hits for 355, which is awesome. That's really what snipers should do to cars, because cars are overpowered, and that's amazing. We hit them, and anytime you hit somebody in a car and blow it up, as long as you apply damage to the car, make it blow up, they're gonna get hit for 70 damage. You watch. So I'm not guaranteeing, but very, very likely 70 damage. Oh, 90. I think we hit him with a bullet too. Yeah, we hit him for 22. So 22 plus 70, I guess maybe 77 damage. I don't know. We hit him for 97. You're getting a minimum of 70 damage every time you blow somebody up. If you get to a car to the state where it's about to blow up, you still need to land one bullet to make it blow up immediately. It has like a little timer. If you don't shoot another bullet into the car, it has like a 3-second timer that allows them to exit the car. So instead of, unloading your magazine and watching the car, the car starts igniting, you gotta keep shooting it to make it blow up and cause that 70 damage. So we're gonna go ahead and push with our drill and shockwaves. Now I'm not shockwaving in this flower field because I don't think they fixed it. You cannot shockwave in the flower fields. You will be infuriated more than you can believe because they used to sell shockwaves in this flower field. And I think it's just like a troll by Epic Games. You're not allowed to shockwave here. It just doesn't work. I think, unless they fixed it. Let me know in the comments below if they fixed it, if you've experienced that. It is not a pleasant feeling if you're trying to shockwave out. So this gun again is insane. We have somebody sniping at us right here. And this is really dumb. This is the worst move I've made. Pause. I'm going to give you 4 ways to guarantee your improvement at Fortnite Zero Build. Now, I don't want to waste your time, so I'm going to write them down as bullet points. Go ahead and pause the video if you haven't seen these resources before. I only aim to exceed your expectations, and I won't let you down. Thanks for checking that out. Let's get back to the video. This is the worst move I've made this game so far. Yep. We get really lucky right there. Can you tell me why I shouldn't have done this? Can anyone tell me? Okay. We unloaded our snipe at this guy. We finish him off. Look how many bullets we have in our SMG right here. We have no sniper loaded, and I'm just gonna start rocket drilling towards a random shot that I think came from this bush. I should be dead, to be honest. I should really be dead because I'm not prepared for this fight. I don't have any ammo on my sniper. I don't have ammo on my SMG, or I keep calling it SMG, but it's a drum gun. And we get so lucky that this guy's a bat player, a melee player who just goes for melees. If he was using a gun right now, I should be dead. Granted, I do have shockwaves, I do have a drill, I might be able to get out before dying, but if this guy was an Unreal player with, aim similar to mine or above or better than mine, I should be dead, by all accounts. But he just is gonna run in a straight line at me, and that's the next amazing thing about the sniper, is it headshots, full kill, which is just awesome. Very satisfying for yourself, very unsatisfying for your enemies. But at least it only has 1 shot in the magazine. It's not like this Reaper sniper that had 5 shots. A little more balanced. Just a bit. Okay, so we get that guy. By sheer luck, he just runs straight at us. And yeah, we kind of get lucky. Alright, so now we are pushing back over to this loot just to see if they have anything for us. We're going to probably trade out our drill. Just take a look at this drill. It does have slightly more. And we're going to get back to it. So we're going to go up. And then when we move with the drill, just a pro tip with the drill, is when you move with the drill, just go ahead and keep cutting it. Just tap it. If you tap it 1 time, you get 4 uses out of the drill if you just tap it. Out of a full drill, if you tap, you get 4 uses. Don't hold it down because you can actually land into slides like this and keep a lot of momentum and then go right back to using it. And you'll get a lot more bang for your buck that way, a lot more value. And when I say there's 4, there's like 3 full charges. You just tap, tap, you tap, land into a slide, tap, land into a slide, and stay at very low altitude. Don't even climb. You can just go right along the ground at like 2 meters high, right along the ground, tap it once, tap it again, tap it a 3rd time, and by the time that you are landing 1 more time, you'll have a very small smidge, which is still 1 full charge of tapping to be left in the drill. So it's really, really good. All right, so we see this guy right here coming into a heist van, and we're gonna go ahead and shoot through this window. You can shoot through these windows. We hit him for 117. This gun's broken, and the thermal on it is so good. Look at this. We're tracking him. He doesn't even have time to really get a shot off, and it's just GG's. This drum gun's a problem. If you can get this drum gun and the sniper, this might be the best loadout right now in Fortnite Zero Build. Apart from like having a mythic pump or a mythic pump and dump or a mythic or an exotic pump and dump, which gives you dashes, which I learned earlier today. If anyone's wondering, the dashes do not save you from fall damage. Wait, actually, let me show you this. A note about the Lawless Blink Pump and Dump, the exotic, is that it doesn't save you from fall damage. Check this out. This was earlier today, the first game of the day. I was keying the lobby and I got excited about this thing. I was going to use the exotic rocket launcher, which shoots and shockwaves people basically. Really good item here as well. It does shockwaves per shot and the missile on it is really fast. I was going to blink wave off this edge with my sprint jump too, with medallion going super fast, flying, right? And then I was going to get out my exotic launcher and shoot this guy down to the tree to throw him out. And we just take full fall damage and die. Second place. Just delivered this guy a pile of loot in a game of ranked zero build. So the pump and dump exotic does not save you from fall damage. For some reason I was treating it like the green dashes in chapter 5. If you ever get those things, don't jump off cliffs with them when you have your dashes. Okay, so now we're back here. We're gonna go ahead and shoot this car. We just no-scope the car for one, the damage that it does to cars. It takes a long time to zoom in with this heavy impact. So I just go for the no-scope, I line it up straight on the middle, hit it, and luckily we hit the windshield too. And mark him, do 414 damage, swap to the drum gun, and just spray him down. This thing, dude. This thing, that guy was an all black, like, cat skin. Very hard to see him. Like, with all the visual recoil of the gun going off, I might actually miss a couple shots here or there, but with the thermal on this thing, it makes it so easy to know exactly where to aim. The thermal can't be overlooked. Thermal scopes are really, really good. I can't believe that this thing has one. That's that. That guy gets eliminated to the mythic SMG, or the mythic drum gun. I keep calling it an SMG. We're gonna go ahead and drive through this town, look for some trouble. We see a car right here. He looks very hurt. That car is about to blow up. Anytime you're wondering if you see some damage on this car, obviously it's like dented up and stuff, that means it's got very little health. So definitely shoot it at that point. I'm gonna go ahead and catch up to it with a rocket drill and get out. And I went for a rocket drill on this guy right here, which is a mistake. I don't know if I meant to swap to my shotgun, but this was a silly move. And now we somehow blow up the car and take 150 damage total. So typically a car, when it blows up, will deal 70 damage to you. I did something weird right here where I hit the car. Oh, it does 75 damage, sorry. 75 damage when you blow up a car. I hit the car and the car like hit me or something too. So brings me down to 100 HP. He doesn't know that, which is nice. And I just assume that he doesn't know. He's just running. So we make it easy, clean it up quick. And then we go straight inside because I don't want to get third party right now. And I kind of want to wait, let things cool down before I push out in a straight line on that loot. So I'm looking for a new angle because I don't want to be out in the middle of the street. There's probably a lot of people. Anytime you're in structures and ranked, again, it's super dangerous. Seaport City is just a bunch of buildings where people just hide for rank to try to get to the end game. So I go through this loot really quick. And we see minis and notice that we drink them right by our car, because if we get shot from a rat or a third party, we just hop in the car and drive out. And that is what I recommend. Anytime you're healing, be within cover or be next to a car to have options to leave. And there we are again with the delay on this gun. This is a really nice shot that just doesn't compute to a headshot, which is unfortunate, because look how delayed the shot is. Look, it's coming out now. So if you didn't know, this gun for some reason has a super delayed shot. You can see I'm already unscoped and it's hitting the hill right now. So yeah, this is not a gun that's really great for hitting moving targets. You're gonna be pretty frustrated because you're gonna feel like your shots are really good, because I do feel like the shot was a good shot, at least do body shot damage, but we didn't get anything because the bullet is just really delayed. So he barely gets away. We're gonna get in our car and start chasing him. And what I'm looking to do right here is pop his tire. Anytime you're in these car fights where you have a car chase, you gotta swap to your passenger seat and try to spray out his wheel. That's gonna allow you to catch up to him. It's gonna allow you to have the advantage where your car is moving fine and his car is slow. I think I chased this guy for a while. Yep, out here. And he's just trying to avoid me. Now we got another car behind us. Guy up on top of this hill. I still want to take the fight with this guy. I'm going to reload while we're moving. Also, just a tip here is anytime you're in the passenger seat, reload. Hit the reload so you're still moving. Get some momentum, and then you're moving while driving. I'm gonna go ahead and jump out now because I'm feeling like I just want to take the top of this hill and start firing at people. Now this is a very sketchy place to be. I haven't checked my back right now, and there's a very good chance somebody's looking this way. With all this commotion right here, this is actually a pretty bad move. This is my second big mistake I've made this game now, is standing out on this open hill up on high ground where a million eyes could be looking at me. Literally like half the lobby could be looking at me. There's only 10 players. There might be 5 of them around me. I haven't checked my back all that well. I'm getting a little bit excited. And again, that delay on the shot is just crushing it, soul crushing, because this is a very good shot, I believe. You know, I'm lining it up, pulling the trigger as his head's gonna come down into it. Typically, it would land, but it's super delayed. As you can see, it shoots, and then the bullet comes out, and now their bullet's right there. Now the bullet's fired. I don't know, man. It's just weird. It's just a weird gun. But the benefits of being able to mark people are worth it. So definitely pick it up. It's still like just incredible for this, for marking people, knowing exactly where people are. And if people are running a straight line at you or standing still, or you know how to compensate for that weird delay on the bullet, it's incredibly good. This gun's actually broken for like squads or team games too. You mark their entire team. So good. That guy falls to his death. So let's talk about this fight right here. I have him marked, so I wanted to push in while I have him marked because I can just see exactly what he's going to do. And I line this up. I really should have pulled the trigger right there. Don't know why I didn't. But I come out here, I see him get the bat out, and I've already switching to my drill, or at least I'm landing one shot, and I've got a drill in my inventory, so I'm getting really ready to just go. But I do want to line up that crosshair, see if I can get a nice 100 damage or so before he bats me off. I'm just expecting to accept the damage at this point. Like, I might as well do damage to him. I get 114 on him. He misses me with the bat, which is kind of crazy. But I have my drill out. I'm ready to go. Just expecting to just get slapped and then come back up. I actually hit the edge of this, and I'm really surprised that I didn't die. Generally speaking, when you have immunity to fall damage and then you just clip like an edge of something, you no longer have that immunity. It treats it like you've touched ground, but it wasn't the case right here, which is, I'm really surprised. And he, for some reason, panics and just runs off the edge. So makes it easy for us. We don't have to chase him down. We get his new drill. Again, just trading that drill out. He had a drill too. That's crazy. And run through his loot. Now notice we're just moving. We're always staying moving. Anytime we eliminate anyone, we're looking through their loot really quick, figuring out if there's anything we want. And right now I know that my inventory is so solid. All I really want is shockwaves. The loot I have is crazy. I just need a little more shockwaves and I'd be like just stoked. And we're gonna keep pushing around, moving fast. Start shooting our sniper. We're just trying to scan for some bushes and such. We're gonna start probably shooting towards bushes and rocks on tops of hills. So that's usually where players are. And that's what I suggest doing, is anytime you see a bush, just take a shot at it. You have plenty of sniper ammo. You're gonna get plenty of sniper ammo from people as long as you keep fighting and winning your fights. So I'm just driving around looking for potential places people could be. There's some shockwaves right there. I'm gonna drive over those. Yummy. And now we have 3 shockwaves. We see the medallion down in the storm, which anytime you see that medallion down, you should know that somebody's probably camping it or nearby. You got to be careful here, but it's definitely worth going for because the advantage it gives you can't be overlooked. It's an incredible speed, incredible movement item, so always go for it if you can. And here we are once again. We're going to miss a shot this time. That is our fault. We just missed to this guy. But we realize that there's probably going to be a player here, so we're getting ready to fight. We park our car. We get out of it. Notice we're using this car as a head glitch here to try to avoid some damage from this guy, but I'm on an incline, so it's not helping that much. But I am ready to get back in the car if I miss this shot. And I do that, right? I get back in the car. He's going to start to hit some heals. I'm stopping the car, and I'm just spraying this window. And this is something I really suggest doing in car fights. So many people will resort to the pickaxe glitch that, like, a lot of times you can, or the pickaxe trick, is that you can just shoot out the window, park the car, and then just hit fire head level. And you're just going to hit all headshots. And it eliminates people so fast. So that guy was just trying to survive, I think, in the storm. Unfortunate for him that he worked all that hard work just to get eliminated by somebody pulling up. But that is also how good this medallion is. Everybody sees that medallion come down and they start coming for it. So if you want to bait people and you have the medallion, go ahead and drop the medallion for like 10 seconds and just wait for people to show up, pick it up and fight them if you want some fights, which is probably something I should do more often now that I say that. Another thing I realized today in ranked, if you want a little piece of advice, is this gas station right here, center map. This gas station right here is the spot to be if you want to find fights in any game of Fortnite. This is what I call the deadly gas station. It's center of the map. People are moving all the way through it. Usually they're filling up their cars. If you just sit there for like a minute straight, you're going to find a fight or 2 or 3 or 4. People just keep coming. So I like to go there often. I didn't do it in this game, but I was playing a few other ranked games today on stream, and that's where I was just hanging out and finding a lot of fights. So we're going to go ahead and shoot this shot right here. And again, that delay, man, it's very annoying. Very annoying. I wish I knew about this. I didn't know about it until after the fact, but you can see the shot goes off. Bullet doesn't come out for too late. This is a good looking shot, but we missed. It's all right. And we're going to go ahead and shockwave into a rocket ram. Combining those, again, is just really good. We want to get out of the storm because it's hitting really hard. I think it's a 5 tick at this point. That player eliminates himself to fall damage. But if they would have just touched the zipline and then dropped, they would have been okay. But maybe they were so low on health. Maybe they got their bat out but didn't sprint jump. Maybe they just sprinted off the edge. I'm not sure what the story is there, but he definitely eliminates himself. Anytime you have the bat, make sure you sprint jump and not just sprint. Let's see what he had in his inventory. He had a bat, yeah. So he didn't sprint jump, he just sprinted off the edge, which will get you killed. So you have to sprint jump. Make sure you sprint jump with a bat. I learned that the hard way as well. Not sprinting alone doesn't do it. So now I'm just going to start shooting some of these bushes ahead of me because I've got an awkward rotate and I don't want to get smacked by somebody up on these hills. We're just going to skate. Again, we're not using the entire rocket ram or the rocket drill. We're going to shoot anything ahead of us because we don't want to rotate into the unknown of somebody camping these bushes. I just want to check all of them, make sure I'm not going to get lit up out of the air. Now I've checked them pretty well. I'm just jogging in with the storm, keeping all my enemies in my back, and this is a really good thing to do at endgame, especially in ranked, is just come in slow with the storm. If you've got a zone like this, sometimes it's better to just like jog it in and check every angle before you jump into the middle of the map and find out there's people on this high ground or something like that. So this is a very sketchy rotation right now. I'm coming across a zip line, which zip lines are shown, I believe, from 120 meters away on visual audio. So right here, this guy probably should see me. You probably can't see me from the bridge, but right here, this guy should start seeing a zip line if he's up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the rocket ram out, and I'm just gonna hit it. Instead of jumping off right there and getting smelted by somebody up on this cliff, we're just gonna rocket ram and get some cover. Stay below him. We're trying to get right below him, and now we're going to use that snipe to see if there's anybody over there. Turns out there isn't. And now we're going to go ahead and shoot at this bush, and that bush, and this bush. So we're just checking all the bushes. This is definitely something you want to do if you got this gun. And again, ammo is very easy to find. A second life in Fortnite Zero Build solos is not. This guy takes a shot at us. We land a headshot, so you notice like anytime they're in a straight line, it's very easy. I just put it right on his head. And notice when I rocket ram, anytime you're rocket drilling towards somebody, don't go straight in a straight line. Try to zigzag if you can. I'm taking an off angle here. I'm not going straight at him. See what I'm saying? I'm not, maybe not zigzagging, but I'm not headed straight at him. That makes it the easiest shot in the world. You want to add a little bit of a degree, like, 10 to 15 degrees at least, so that you're not getting, melted. And here you go. Look, the bullet drop on this gun is pretty much non-existent. I would say that's at least, let's say, 120 meters out, maybe 100 meters out on this shot. And no bullet drop, pretty much. Like, very, very, very little. It's like a pre-nerf Reaper sniper rifle. Like, you barely notice any bullet drop. It's pretty broken. But the delay on the bullet is major, so the only reason I'm able to hit this guy is because he basically stands still. You can see, like, again, it's just crazy how delayed it is. Wait, how many frames is it? Curious. Shot goes off. Shot goes off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 frames before the bullet comes out of the gun. Just something to note. Not the best gun, not the best snipe to hit a moving target and lead a shot, but it is an incredible tool for marking enemies and one-shotting people who are standing still or running at you in a straight line. or just very easy to hit. All right, so now we're just moving quick. We eliminated, we're in the end game with only 3 players left, so 4 players left. We eliminate this guy, right? And you notice I get to moving. Like, I hit the shot, and I get up there to check the loot really quick to see if there's any more shocks, anything like that, anything I need. Just got dill bits. We're still moving quick. Always, always moving quick, especially in end games. Never standing still. We're looking around, we're scanning. We're trying not to get hit by players we don't know their whereabouts. We're just staying moving. Staying moving, staying moving. Don't be the guy that sits up here after a kill and crouches on this hill. Don't be that player. Don't be the player standing still right here looking through this loot like, what do I want? Especially if you got a loadout like mine. You don't need anything, man. You just need to win this game, survive. There's 2 other players alive. You and 2 other players. Don't be the one getting snuck up on by this spot right here, this angle right here, this angle down here, etc., etc. Just stay moving. You've got the medallion. If I got the medallion like this, I'm going to be sprint jumping around, make it really hard for anyone to hit me from far. Then I'm going to land into slides with my rocket drill. Staying moving, staying moving. And that's kind of what I recommend in these like lower ranked games. If you're not playing like Super Sweat Unreals, I'm just going to hunt players. Like, if this was an Unreal lobby and everyone was really good players in here, I would definitely hold the high ground in this circle. That is the move. But right now I'm just hunting people because, you know, it's fun. Run ahead and take some snipes here. Cut our drill early again. Check this bush. And again, I'm feeling like that's a good shot, but too late on it. I think I just got gypped. Look at that shot. That shot's actually perfect. That shot is at least a body shot. I think this is going to hit the head right here. It should, because he's probably walking down the hill a little bit too. There's a little slope on this. He's going to walk right into that bullet. This is a perfect lead on a guy that's just jogging. He's not sprinting. He's jogging. That's a headshot right there. But bullet comes out late, so it's a little bit behind him. Exotic Sniper isn't as broken as we thought. It is still broken because of the marking ability, but I wouldn't depend on it for hitting snipes on moving targets. Unless they're running a straight line at you. Alright, so notice what we did here. We push this guy, we take a shot at him, right? And we instantly go for the push. Shockwave straight onto him because don't give him any time to think. He's going to be grabbing this little fluffy right here and throwing it. We hit an okay shot for 28 damage, not great, but we just keep the pressure on because I saw him drop his rocket and I know that he's going to go back for that, so we're just trying to deal as much damage as we can. We're not doing great damage, we're doing okay. And then he hits this. I meant to pull out my AR and just start spraying him down, but I got taken in the vortex as well. Not a good thing. I don't want to be doing this at all, but I see this player now and I'm like, oh shoot, I need to get out of here. Do not land on this hill. If I land on this hill right now, I die to this player to my right. If he's halfway decent, he would just third party us and I would get that guy hurt. He'd shoot me in the back and he'd get first place. Instead, we're gonna stay low. We're gonna zigzag and be as hard to hit as we can, because anytime you're eye level with somebody and you're going in a straight line, you should consider yourself dead. So don't ever go in a straight line if somebody feels like they're aiming down sights. I'm giving this guy like a quarter of a second to find me, and then I'm starting to zigzag. Boom, boom, boom. And then I'm getting right behind cover and looking back. We're sit here, we're on edge of circle, we're in a good spot. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that hill. And now I see that these are the last 2 players. I need to push in. If he's not up here, I need to push in right now. Get active, because this is an easy dub if I third party this. So I cut that drill early, just landed the slides. The reason for that is we keep our gun out. Anytime we're on the ground, we have our gun out. Anytime we're in the air, we can't pull the gun out until we touch the ground. So you really want to spend the least amount of time in the air with the rocket drill. You want to use it to rotate, land into slides, and then repeat that over and over. Okay, so we're going to go up here. We're taking a shot right here, and the hip fire on this sniper is not that good either. I was also jumping, so just wide misses. We don't get a mark, but we're still going to push this aggressively because I don't really want to be down here on low ground, and I just want eyes on what's going on. And we feel like we can get a nice, quick, easy kill right here. So I'm coming in sprinting, going for a nice camera break right here with this height. So I have this height right here. I see the footsteps. I know he's behind this. I'm just going to line up that reticle. I expected him to be right here. Turns out he's a little further. As you can see though, reticle placement, so important. So important. This is an easy shot if he was right here. Turns out he's moving kind of fast and he's up here, but we still land a little bit on him, 54. And now we see him have a melee item, this Mortal Kombat kit, and we just want to stay moving. We just want to stay out of his range, don't get hit from it, and just put out as much shots as we can doing the sprint jump technique. So this is when it's okay to use the sprint jump technique, is when your enemy doesn't have a gun out and they're trying to like melee you or do something crazy like that. You want to get that distance from them, so you sprint away and shoot. And if you got the medallion like I have, it makes this kind of fight like easier. But yeah, you don't really want to just stand there and accept the damage. You want to get some distance. So we end with the pickaxe. Nice. This last fight right here, we push this guy down below. We know the other guy is somewhere in this vicinity, and now we basically win the game because we've pushed him into the other player. So at this point, I'm very confident, but I'm not going to go full sell this game by allowing this guy to shred me. I'm going to stand right here. Notice that I stop right here. I don't go any further. If I go further, right here, like out onto this grass, I could be dead. I could be dead to this guy because he has a nice head glitch on me. He could have some good aim. He could take me down and then get eliminated by the other guy. Either way, it's a very bad position. So I'm actually backing up a little bit. The reason for that is that there is a little ledge right here that I can drop off of. So if he challenges me, I just turn around and I sprint off this edge. And I'm in cover. I've got a little head glitch right here. I can take the fight from there and I can let this guy push up on him. This should be a very, very easy game for me to win as long as I don't walk out here. That is a major mistake if I walk out here. That gun is crazy, man. I mean, it's busted. Look at the recoil on this. Like, you barely have to do recoil control. It barely bounces. It just does crazy damage. And I still have 20 shots in the mag. So I'm going to go ahead and go for this shot because I know where this guy is. I see the footsteps. I know I pushed him down there, and I'm just going to go for the aggressive play. I'm not going to sit here and wait for him to come up and get a nice glitch, head glitch on me on this rock or like this hill. I want to push him while he's still low on health and low ground. So we come in with a nice jump, and notice the crosshair placement here. Just line it up, and we're actually slow to pull the trigger, so we don't hit that good of damage. We get 46. But we land into a nice slide, and we stay moving with this this medallion. The medallion is so good for like running around and taking these shots. This is when it's okay to do this like sprint jump thing. When you have the medallion, it's kind of okay to do that because you can move really fast, and it is pretty hard for people to hit you. And I don't have that much ammo in my magazine of my SMG, so I kind of want to put out some more damage with my shotgun here and not have to resort on just using the SMG. See, I run out of SMG. I'm like 10 bullets. And then I go for another sprint jump and land into a slide. And I just want to keep that distance so that I don't get killed from like some crazy pump, right? He could have the mythic pump and dump. And if I get in his face for too long and he finds me, that could be 150 damage right there. And this guy gets back in the fight. But we land into a slide, we keep that nice distance. We're moving away from him in a slide as we aim down sights, putting pressure out, keeping that damage uptime good. Now we do enter a little bit of a sprint animation, but we instantly pull out our shotgun by sprint jumping and then cutting the sprint. This is also something to learn, is anytime you're doing these sprint jumps, you need to start the sprint, jump, and then let go of forward or let go of sprint and pull out your weapon. Otherwise, if you keep holding forward, you are not going to be able to pull out your gun instantly like this. You'll do this waving hand thing. Anytime your hands are waving in the air, you can't pull out your weapon. So you got to cut the sprint, which means you cut pressing forward. Stop pressing forward, just let go of it, and it will stop the sprint. And then you can pull out your gun instantly. And so you can see right there, I probably had like a quarter second, maybe half a second of no gun out. But, you know, the movement here with this medallion is good enough to do that. Perfectly fine. We put some nice movement on him. We see that we've done so much damage. I'm calculating the damage in my head, and I'm thinking, all right, let's go for the pickaxe kill here, because I'm pretty sure I've got this guy under 20 HP. And we go and actually slice his head off. Oh! Right on the neck. Decapped, dude. Decapitated for the win. What a victory royale.